Watch it, like it, subscribe it.
Hi there, I am Simon from Fuel, Food and Fun, and today I'm going to show you how to wax your snowboard. First things first, if you haven't check out my first video on how to fix your gouges. That's important first before you wax your board. So if you haven't done that and you've got a few gouges in your board, check that out. If not, and your board's good to go and it's all smooth, you're going to need yourself an iron. Obviously don't use the one you iron your clothes with, because it'll just ruin it and you won't be able to use it for your clothes. So I bought this one from Asda for £4. Nice, simple, does the job. You're going to need cleaner, you're going to need Brillo pads to clean your board with. I'm going to use a horsehair brush. That is to make sure it all buffers out at the end. Obviously a chamois to clean it with. You're going to need a plastic scraper this time. Not a metal one, a plastic one. Make sure that's plastic. And obviously your wax, whether it's butter where you melt, or for the iron, or if it's rub on, you just simply rub it on, which is you don't need the iron for them. So it's up to you. So let's get to it, shall we? Alright then, first things first, you're going to use your Brillo pads and your cleaner. I've got the green stuff by Butter. You're going to clean your board up, nice and shiny, get all the grime out of it, so you have a nice clean base to work with when you're waxing your boards. Personally, I bought a Butter kit, which includes a fine Brillo pad and then an extra fine, just to make sure it's really smooth when you're cleaning your board. So let's get to cleaning, shall we? So you just want a nice bit of covering. And simply use your fine one and really give it a good scrub. Make sure that board is spotless when you go to wax your board. Don't be afraid to use too much cleaner, because you will use some kitchen roll just to wipe it off. So that'll probably be enough to cover the whole board. So make sure you give it a good clean. You want an extreme clean base to work with when you're waxing your board, just to make it smooth, run that a little bit smoother. Of course, if you need your edges doing beforehand, make sure you sharpen your edges before you wax your board. Right there. Just forgot to mention, if you haven't done the gouges and you don't need to, just get your scraper first and run down the board from tip to tail, one direction only, leaving your scraper at an angle. So if that's the board, about that sort of angle, and scrape away from like that to get rid of all the old wax and stuff, which, because I've done my gouges, I don't need to do that, but you still need to clean it. You get your iron, turn it to about a medium heat. Make sure this is iron you're never going to use with clothes again. That's imperative. And what quite simply want to do is just literally hold it at an angle, so you see the corner, and just melt the wax on so it drips off. And you want to get your whole board and put not masses of wax, but you want to get a good wax all over your board, like so. You don't have to use loads and loads of wax, but the more you put on, the more you have to scrape off again. Make sure you do the ends and side. Well, you don't have to do the nose and tail, but I always find it's better if you do. Alright then. So what you need to simply do now is you start at one end, and you iron your wax in. Get your board nice and hot so it melts into the pores. You don't want to stay on the same bit for ages, so just keep your iron moving slowly around. Don't leave it in one place too much though. So, I mean, some of the wax you would have put on already would have solidified by now. It doesn't matter, you can just hold your iron above it slightly. To give it a melt again. Just make sure you cover all your board. See, the hotter you get your board, the more it will soak into the board. So just the ideal of this, you want your wax to actually be absorbed by the board. Make sure your iron isn't smoking or anything. If it is, just turn it down. Right, if you're confident that you've gone all to your edges, try to let it dry for at least 20 minutes, if not a bit longer. And you can see I barely used any of the butter, so that will do a good few times. And most of them have a gauge on it, so you can see just by judging it myself, I've used one wax. Each of those things are each one wax. So without even realising, I've used one as I've judged it. So leave this to dry and be the board to absorb it. Preferably 20 minutes. If you can leave it for a day, that's brilliant. So we'll come back to this when it's all absorbed and dry. Alright then, so once you're confident your wax is set, you left it at least 20 minutes for it to sink in. Hold your scraper again at an angle so one edge is touching, and you always scrape from nose to tail. And now I'm going to scrape off all that excess wax that you shouldn't have on there. So if you start at the top, see, look at all that. All that needs to come off. Okay, to me that feels quite good. And you want to do the final surface of your board now. Get your Scotch Brights again, or scour pads, whatever you want to call them. Just give it a good rub down to help with the final service of your boards. Right then, and then the final step to finish off your board completely, I'll put these away, is your nylon or horsehair brush, whatever you prefer to use. One of these bad boys, and all we're going to do is 45-degree angle, scrape that way, and then do the reverse of it so it's crisscrossed along the board again. This gives it a final edge, so it's not that smooth, so you still get some grip on the snow. And do the reverse it. And there we have it. And your board is good to go for the winter season now. And what you need to do is fix your bindings, and then you're good to go. So all you need to do now is attach the bindings the way you like them, and then you'll be ready for another season on the snow. So hopefully have a good winter season. This is Simon for Fuel, Food and Fun. If you like our video, please subscribe. I'm sure we bring you some snowboard videos as well as the rest of the motorbike videos and all sorts that we bring you. And have a good winter.